Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss Science 1 question bank answer in one sentence. If you are watching my channel for first time, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Let us start with the first question. From gravitation lesson, answer in one sentence is not given in the question bank. So from periodic classification of element, the first question is element A and B follows Newland's octave rule. How many elements are there in between A and B? We know that in Newland's law of octave, every eighth element show properties similar to that of first element. So between first and eighth element, total 6 elements are there. Okay, 6 elements are there in between A and B, which follows Newland's octave rule. Next is write the characteristics of Drobenius triad. We know that Drobenius classified the elements in a group of 3. The characteristics of this group is atomic mass of middle element was approximately equal to mean of the atomic masses of other 2 elements. Next question is, to which element does Newland's octave rule apply? We know that Newland's law was applicable only up to calcium. Next question is, write the molecular formula of oxide of any one of the element in Mendeley's periodic table. We know that in Mendeley's periodic table, below the group, general formula of oxides are given, R2O, RO, R2O3, etc. Okay. If you will write an element from group A, its oxide will be, suppose for sodium, if I am taking sodium, its oxide will be Na2O because the general formula is R2O. If we will take an element from group 2, its general formula is RO. If we will take calcium, its oxide will be CaO. Like this we can write. You can write any element from any group. So I wrote here sodium. The general formula is R2O. So the formula of oxide of sodium is Na2O. Next question is, write the name of noble gas having 2 electrons in its valence shell. We know that element having 2 electrons in its valence shell, which belongs to noble gas, is helium. Helium atomic number is 2. So it contains 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Rest all the elements, 8 electrons are there in the outermost shell. Next question is, write the name of an element having electronic configuration 282. We know that 282 atomic number is 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 2 is 12. Atomic number 12 is magnesium. So the element having electronic configuration 282 is magnesium. Next question, which 2 elements show an ambiguity regarding their sequence in Mendeley's periodic table? We know that in Mendeley's periodic table, the whole number atomic mass of cobalt and nickel are same. Look at the table, cobalt 59, nickel also 59. Their whole number atomic mass is same. Therefore, there is an ambiguity regarding their position in the periodic table. Answer is, the elements cobalt and nickel have same whole number atomic mass. Therefore, these 2 elements shows ambiguity regarding their sequence in Mendeley's periodic table. Next question is, the elements beryllium, magnesium and calcium are in group 2. What will be their valency? We know that in a group the valency remains the same. So group 2, the valency of the elements will be 2. Next question is, the modern periodic table is divided into which blocks? We know that modern periodic table is divided into 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block and F block. Next question is from chemical reactions and equation. What determines the chemical reactivity of elements? Number of electrons in the outermost shell or valency determines the chemical reactivity of elements. Next question is, write the chemical formula for rust. The chemical formula of rust is Fe2O3XH2O. Next question is, complete the given chemical reaction. CuSO4 plus Fe gives dash plus dash. We know that iron is more reactive than copper, so iron will displace copper from its solution. Therefore, we can write FeSO4 plus Cu. Next question from effects of electric current. What is heating effect of electric current? We know that when current is passed through a conductor, heat will be produced. For example, when we keep mobile for charging or when the electric bulb is switched on for some time, it will get heated. This is known as heating effect of electric current. That is, when a resistor is connected in an electrical circuit, heat is produced in it due to the current. This is known as heating effect of electric current. Next question is, which metal is used to make filament of an electric bulb? Tungsten metal is used to make the filament of an electric bulb. Next question, what is short circuit? We know that when the live and neutral wire come in contact due to fault in the equipment, or if the plastic coating on the live or neutral wire gives away, it will come in contact and produces a large current that results in producing heating, and this is known as short circuit. Next question is, what is potential difference? Potential difference is the difference in potential between 2 points. Next question is, how much volt potential difference is between live and neutral wire? The potential difference between live and neutral wire is 220 volt. Next question, what is used to turn off the sudden increase in current in the electrical circuit of the house nowadays? Nowadays, we are using miniature circuit breaker or MCB to turn off the sudden increase in current in electrical circuit. Next question, write two devices based on heating effect of electric current. Electric heater and electric toaster are the two devices which work on heating effect of electric current. You can write any two devices which work on heating effect of electric current. Next is, write Fleming's right hand thumb rule. We know that, imagine that we are carrying a current carrying conductor in the right hand such that the thumb shows the direction of electric field, and when we turn the fingers will show the direction of magnetic lines of force. This is called the Fleming's right hand thumb rule. Next question is, write Fleming's left hand rule. We know that according to Fleming's left hand thumb rule, the thumb, index finger and middle finger are stretched such that the three are perpendicular to each other. The index finger is in the direction, or it shows the direction of force on the conductor. Thumb shows the direction of force on the conductor. Index finger shows the direction of magnetic field, and middle finger shows the direction of current. That is, thumb shows force on the conductor. Index finger shows magnetic field, and center finger shows current. There is a tip to remember this. This is father. Thumb is father, index finger is mother, and the center finger is child. So father, mother, child. So we can remember like this. F for force on the conductor, M for magnetic field, and C for current. Okay. Next question is Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's right hand rule also same as that of left hand rule. The only difference is Fleming's left-hand rule is used to find out the force on the conductor. Right-hand rule is used to find out the direction of induced current. Okay. So here also you have to stretch for the thumb, index finger and center finger of the right hand such that all three are perpendicular to each other. Thumb shows the motion of the conductor. Index finger shows magnetic field and center finger shows induced current. This is Fleming's right hand rule. Next is solenoid. What is a solenoid? We know that a copper wire wound in the form of chain of loop is known as solenoid. Next question is, write the two names in the following diagram. We know that this is the diagram of right hand thumb rule. So we know that this is the direction of electric field. So here we can write electric current. This is electric current. This is magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field. And this is right hand. Okay, next question. Here also we have to write, this is Fleming's right hand rule. This also we have to label this. The thumb shows the direction of motion of conductor. Direction of motion of conductor. Okay. Then index finger shows direction of magnetic field. Magnetic field. And middle finger shows direction of induced current. Induced current. I hope you all understood till here. Remaining part we will solve in the next video. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and also share with your friends and classmates. That's all for today.